everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal. I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And today's video is about how I source from the ThredUp Outlet Center. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that throughout the pandemic, so basically from March 2020 until current, which is December 2020, I have been mostly shopping online. I have been taking advantage of ThredUp's Outlet Center in order to find merchandise and inventory for myself, and it's worked out pretty well. I did get a request to do this video, so I thought it would be useful for others if you are experiencing more lockdowns or you just don't want to leave your house. Let me say a few things before I get started. Not everyone is able to access the ThredUp Outlet Center. I don't know why they only give it to certain people. For example, I have a personal account and I have a business account. I cannot get it on my personal, but I can get it on my business account. So I'm sure that if you wrote to ThredUp and maybe asked them, what's the difference or can I have access to it, they would give you an answer. At least I would hope so. Also, you will not make $1 million off of the items that you are sourcing from ThredUp Outlet Center because they are pretty much at the end of their life on ThredUp's website. They are items that don't really hold a lot of value, but there are some gems to be found. Another thing is, do not get overwhelmed. There are thousands and thousands of items on ThredUp's Outlet Center, so I will give you a few tips to narrow it down so it's not so overwhelming. I will show you a screenshot of how I actually source from the Outlet Center. I do it all on my phone, so it will be a long video because iPhones, I can only go this way. Hopefully you'll be able to see it and understand it. So my first tip for searching for items on ThredUp, I look for kind of what I consider luxurious or quality materials. So these include linen, silk, wool, leather, and sometimes rayon, depending. Now, I don't choose them all at once. I will go in individually, choose wool, and I will go through all of the items. I will pick rayon or silk and go through all of the items. Keep in mind that doesn't mean that it's 100% wool or 100% silk. It could mean that, but it also probably means that it's a mix or blend of other materials in there. Sometimes I will search for particular brands. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day or what kind of items I'm looking for. But when I do a search, it's usually for brands that I know well and that have sold for me in the past. Another tip is that I do search for larger sizes. So with the Outlet Center, you will see that there are a ton of extra smalls, a lot of smalls. So say I pull up sweaters and I'm noticing there's a ton of extra small, I will actually go in and search for larger sizes. So I usually do like large to 5XL or whatever the limit is. The same thing with jeans and pants. I'll look for larger sizes and I will find items that way. Also, another key tip is to look for assorted or unbranded items. Now, for these types of items, I will usually do new with tags only because the tags sometimes will tell you what the item is. You have to do a lot of Google image searching for these items. I have thought I found something, ordered it, and it wasn't it at all. So there are a lot of duplicates or dupes out there, so just be careful. But Google image will be your best friend. Also, when ThredUp says it's unbranded, sometimes it's not unbranded. Sometimes there's a tag to it, but maybe it's a brand that they don't recognize, or maybe it's even another language that they can't decipher. So that's why I also pick unbranded in this search area that I do. And then the last tip I have is that sometimes I will search for specific types of items or categories. So for example, since it's winter, I will most likely look for sweaters. I will look for coats, and then I'll just kind of dive down from there. But it does help to kind of narrow down that search so that you're not just scrolling through thousands of items forever. One other piece of advice I'd like to give is that this will take a long time. The more items that you buy, the more of a discount that you get. So I always try to get at least 20 pieces. I hopefully am going to get at least 30 pieces, and that will give you a 40% off discount. So the more items that you get, the more discount it's going to apply to those items. So the last haul that I just did, I had 30 pieces and it came out to under $6 an item, which if I were to only have gotten 20 items, it would have probably been over $6 an item, which I have done in the past as well. Well, stay tuned for the screenshot of how I actually physically go through and look for items. All right, so here we are on the app of ThredUp. I do most of my searching on my app just because it's easier for me to do when I'm sitting on the couch or watching TV. I can just browse at my leisure. So down here on the bottom, you will see right now we're on the home button, but you want to go to the shop section. If you have access to the outlet, this is where it will be under more ways to shop. You'll see the outlet, it says new. You can click on that little button and there you'll see if you buy 5 items, you get 20% off. If you buy 10 items, you get 30% off, which is what I try to do every time to get the maximum discount. I only shop in the women's section, and feel free to shop in whatever department you want. So here you'll see that it automatically brings up my sizes up at the top. I haven't given them my sizes yet, so that really doesn't matter, but you can just click out of it anyway. And the first screen that comes up is just newly listed or newly in items. Going off of my tips that I mentioned previously, you're gonna go in the filter section. We're going to first search by those luxurious or quality types of material. So down here you'll see near the bottom it says material. So you could click the little plus button there. Now I would not recommend picking all of the quality items. I would just do one at a time. So we're gonna do cashmere first. And then I always make sure to go under condition and click new with tags, like new, and gently used. I don't want any items that have signs of wear. I am not a great seamstress and I don't want to deal with that. So when you're done, you can click done. And then here is where your detective skills and your browsing capabilities will come into play. Sometimes I look for brands. Most of the time I just look for style. I'm not really seeing anything right now that catches my eyes, a lot of basic items. And if I haven't mentioned this before, this takes hours, so don't get discouraged. Okay, so I clicked on this Pure Gel cardigan. It is a size extra small, so it's something that I don't really want to purchase because of the size, but you'll see down here it's 95% cotton and 5% cashmere. And then I would just go and click on the image and zoom in to make sure I don't see any visible holes or any stains or anything like that. And if I liked the item, I would click the little heart button on the side and eventually probably purchase it. But it's an extra small, and extra smalls in anything J-Gel does not sell well for me, unfortunately. This is a really cute little hoodie. Well, it looks like a hoodie. I guess it's not. I don't know the brand Tabitha very well. I am assuming it's not the greatest. All right, so I'm not seeing anything in here, so I'm gonna go back in and we'll just do material of wool because I know a lot of people, oh, sorry, this is pattern. So we're gonna unclick cashmere, go into wool, hit done, and let's see what we got. I don't know how a sequiny sweater can be wool, but it does say 11% wool, so okay. This is a cute skirt. It is only Gap, but it is a size 8, so it's a little bit of a larger size. So that would probably be something that I'd put in my like pile. So that's basically it for the quality items. So next piece of advice I gave was that we're going to go in and look for particular brands. So we're going to hit filters, we're going to do reset, and then we can go into brand here. So I'm just going to search for, let's do Athleta. Here you'll see Athleta all brands. Again, I'm going to click the new tags, like new and gently used. Hit done. These are cute. But again, they're a size extra small, so I probably wouldn't purchase those. And then I just go down the line. I have actually sold this skirt. I think it was a different color though. So that is how you search for brand. We will do by size this time, and I will search for larger sizes. So I'll do extra large all the way up to 5X. Then I will do size 14 all the way up to size 32. Same thing with the waist. We're going to do 32, 33, 34. And I will include petite. We're also going to include tall, and I'll also do maternity. And then again, condition is going to be new with tags, like new, gently used. Hit done. And here we can see larger sizes. This is a cute top, but unfortunately it is the Gap outlet, which I normally like to get just regular Gap. Oh my gosh, look at this. Hanging with my peeps. That's really cute. That'd be a cute shirt for Easter. So that's how you search for sizes. So we'll go back. And then we're going to do assorted brands, which is my favorite thing. So brand. I'm going to click unbranded, and I'm also going to click assorted brands. So again, condition, this one's going to be different. I'm only going to select new with tags. So we're going to click done. And here is where Google Image is going to be your best friend. So you will notice there are a lot of scarves here. There are a lot of belts. That is a ridiculously wrinkled skirt. No tag for me to look at, so I'll keep scrolling. This looks like a nice scarf. Very Moda. Fabric details not available, so that's not helpful to me. I'm just trying to find a good example to do a Google image search. All right, so here's a wristlet. That's a cute wristlet. But see how there's like Chinese writing on it? It's probably not going to be quality, and I highly doubt that it's leather. So we will continue. Well, this is fancy. Okay, here's a tag. So it says Dem Row. So I'm just going to use this as an example. So you want to do a screenshot of the image. So I screenshotted it. So then you'll want to go over to your Google Photos app. You'll see this is literally where everything is. Videos, photos, everything. So you're going to click the picture that you just took, and down on the bottom, there's a little circle that has a square around it. It's the third option in, and you're going to click that. Google will do its magic and try to find the closest item that it can to this dress. So here you see it does bring up similar things, but not quite exactly what we wanted. A lot of feather items. Okay, it's not what we want, but there are other things where it says similar images where you can come down here. I'm not seeing anything that looks exactly the same, but that is how you use Google Image. And I use Google Image for a lot of stuff. Let me get another example. So this is a Zara wicker bag. Let's just see if anything comes up with this. Well, that looks pretty darn similar, doesn't it? AliExpress. Mine does say it's Zara inside. See how fast that was? Google Image pulled exactly what we wanted to see. This way I can get some keywords. It'll help me list it easier. Okay, back to ThreadUp. So after looking through assorted and unbranded items, the last thing that I said was that I will go in and search for exactly what I'm looking to buy. So it's winter, I'm looking for coats, I'm looking for sweaters, and maybe boots or something like that. So we will reset all of this. So I'm going to go into category. I'm going to go to coats and jackets. I want to do condition, new with tags, like new, gently used, and then we're going to see what they have. Oh, there's a silence and noise. That looks very plain though, unfortunately. This H&M jacket is super cute, but unfortunately it's H&M and it does not retail or resell for very much. This is an unbranded jacket. Wow, it has Gucci vibes like crazy, but I highly doubt that it is. And there's some blazers in here too. So once you have accumulated all of your likes, you can go down here under saved and hit your favorites. You'll see all of your items. These are actually all the items that I have purchased, but you'll see if they're available, you can search for them. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Hopefully you liked what you watched and hopefully you learned something as well. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I put out videos at least once a week. They're always reselling related and I would love to have you. And as always, see you in the next video. Bye.